Hey, what's going on? It's Joe Rock, and today we're on location in Manhattan at the Dakota. Today marks the 40th anniversary of the loss of John Lennon. Now, when John first moved to New York in 1971, he originally settled at the St. Regis Hotel, later moved to a place in Greenwich Village, and then decided on the Dakota to make his home. Unfortunately, there's so many bad memories with the Dakota, being that John was murdered here on December 8th, 1980, that we're going to move to someplace with better memories. So here we are at Strawberry Fields in Central Park, which in December of 1980 was a dedicated quiet zone of Central Park that John Lennon liked to come and walk through right across the street from his home at the Dakota. Now, Strawberry Fields was dedicated on John's 45th birthday, October 9th, 1985. The mosaic, the imagined mosaic that so many people recognize from here, was donated by the city of Naples, Italy. John, on December 8th, 1980, started his day with a photo shoot. Annie Leibovitz taking pictures of John and Yoko. One of the most iconic pictures from that day, a naked John Lennon up against a fully clothed Yoko Ono that became the cover shot for Rolling Stone's tribute edition to John Lennon. Just 3 weeks prior to John's murder, he had released an album with Yoko called Double Fantasy. This was John's return after a sabbatical of about 5 years, where he considered himself to be a house husband and really took the lion's share of responsibilities in raising his young son, Sean. Now, initially, when John's Double Fantasy album was released, it was poorly received and it was not really selling well. In the aftermath of John's passing, the album sold extremely well and ended up winning the Grammy for Album of the Year in 1981. John, of course, a member of the Beatles, his music not only known as a solo artist, but as the Beatles. The Beatles set the bar for popular music and rock music. They were one of the first bands to really become popular writing their own songs and taking serious themes and putting them into their music. In the aftermath of John's passing, there was a lot of artists, some friends, some contemporaries who wrote songs in honor of John. There was Bob Dylan, Elton John, David Gilmour, Freddie Mercury, and of course, his former Beatle bandmate, Paul McCartney. John Lennon, his legacy, too large to be encapsulated in such a short time. So many people have memories of John passing. Monday night, December 8th, 1980, where were you? I know where I was. I'd been at band practice. I returned home and heard the news on Monday Night Football from Howard Cosell, as much of the world did. Also, Yoko wanted to have 10 minutes worth of silence dedicated to John, and she invited people to come here to Central Park, to the band shell, to observe those 10 minutes of silence on December 14th, 1980. I can still remember watching on television as over 225,000 people were here in this park and were in dead silence. The television broadcast, the only thing you could really hear was the helicopters overhead to get the aerial shots. John Lennon will always be remembered. That's Today in Rock, December 8th, 1980. I'm Joe Rock. Rock on rock.